Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of Star Chasers Beyond Hope. Last time, we were focused on the interns and their adventures in fairy space on a small little planet where they found a colony of drow that were different than they had encountered before. Okay. And then they dealt with some things. They learned some stuff about the clockwork horrors, which are sort of a overarching thing that has been brought to the crew's attention of, this is bad. They end spheres. Back on the charming anecdote, the ship of the Star Chasers. The group is still convening with the crew of the Winter's Tooth, which include Honey of Bees, a Tabaxi, Joey Winters. Oh, yeah. Joseph Scimitar Winters.
Is that his middle name?
Quotes.
Have we established this before?
That's his alias. It's like Corsair, right?
Yeah. I think actually it was Cutlass. I think we've established it's Cutlass.
Yeah, I think it was Cutlass. But
Joseph Cutlass Winters, captain.
I feel
of the
like I
Winters,
learned something new about him every time.
Captain of the Winter's Tooth and World's Greatest Dad. I'm sorry, Galaxy's Greatest Dad.
Galaxy's Greatest Dad.
And Lily Strongheart, aka Hester's mother, Hester. Let's see. And that is where we will pick up back on the charming anecdote. The interns are making their way back. They will be several days.
Right. Were they supposed to meet us in Hero Space, or
yes.
Were they going to meet us back in... Okay, right.
No, they're supposed to meet you back in Hero Space. So even from your point of view, they have just left. And
right.
we have... And now we go back 2 days. So, what would you all like to do?
So they've left.
Yes, well, I believe time is of the essence. I think we need to return to Hero Space at once to talk to Cloudsylvania. That's not her name, but I will look it up. Windvania. Getting closer.
Yes, Windvania is correct.
Okay.
I like
Cloudsylvania.
I
like Cloudsylvania.
I second that emotion. Absolutely.
I think she should have a sister.
Yeah. Well, she has a brother. Be glad he's not retired. So yes, we should go to Windvania's, and that is where we hope to intercept Eyes of Fire.
Yes.
Who has been stated that he is arriving for, or going to pick up his catman that he has left behind. And for those of you at home, of course, Eyes of Fire is some crazy Tabaxi cultist. Supremacy cult. So, yes, I think we leave the flow at once. Separate from the... boy, all of my notes are days behind. The Winter's Tooth?
Mm-hmm.
Nailed it. Yes, send their crew back and have them follow along back to Hero Space.
Okay.
My mother is, of course, welcome to stay on our ship, but I imagine she feels some loyalty to her crew as well, so I would not take it personally if she does not.
She kind of says, "You would think one does," and settles in on your ship.
Awesome.
Warminster.
Yes.
A kettle, dear.
Of course. Knifey skulks by. I could have been something. Could have been leader. Don't mind me. Just contemplating my life.
I ignore his prompts. If anyone else takes them, that is up to you.
Eddie, no one's gonna press A.
Unless he's actively eating gas station food.
Yeah,
Masalas.
yeah. Is he clutching his stomach as he says, "I could have been somebody," because he knows he's about to die. He's not covered in blood or anything.
No, he's sad sacking around because the interns didn't take him.
Yes. Yeah, he seems perfectly fine. He thought he was going to get a chance to boss somebody
Well, no, I
around.
mean, I get it. He's just full of surprises. I'm just checking for details. That's all.
You feel free to engage him. I
You
shan't
know,
be doing
it's
it.
all right. I'm just, okay. Well, and we don't really want him in the kitchen now that Villyana's out. Someone else should be doing the cooking for
Yeah.
days. Right? Knifey's not really... I mean, chopping, sure.
Yes.
Slicing, dicing. Maybe we put him to work under
Goodness.
supervision.
It's a lot of stabbing more than... You'd think he'd be good at chopping or slicing, and he's really not. He can
It's more about
he
He
can
has a brother
kebab
for
you
that.
something.
a
Yeah.
piercing guy.
Yeah, he
It's
can
not a
kebab
slashing
stuff
guy.
for you.
Yes.
Oh.
Their sister Julianne is quite good at chopping.
Oh, perfect.
Boom!
She does it all. She slices. She dices.
Is her name Slap
Yeah, I
Choppy?
was going to say their cousin slap chop.
Yes. Well, especially with my mother around, in some of me native accent coming out, we can certainly cook.
Oh. Well,
Warminster.
thank you.
Yeah, Warminster can also cook. He was the cook of the ship before Villyana showed up.
What was the food like? I'm trying to remember. Was it
Very
remarkable?
British. It was so
fried and boiled.
It was boiled or fried, kind of exclusively. Not bad. It was greasy and heavy. Tasted good, as fried things tend to do.
Yeah, sure.
Or we could have our team bonding experience and cook together.
Oh, I love that idea. I just want to. I need gloves because I'm going to get my fur on all the food if I'm cutting stuff.
Just
I don't really have. I guess no.
wrap you in a hairnet.
Oh,
was
I'll
gonna say
use mage. I'll use mage paw. What am I thinking?
There you go.
Of course, I can help.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll just pitch it in the kitchen that way. What do we have in the larder? We got a lot of mushrooms.
Yes, we definitely sent Villyana out, and she has a pretty specific taste, and it was apparently a pretty specific druid. So, surprising absolutely no one, it's mostly mushrooms.
Right. Okay.
But
There's
if we can gather some rooted vegetables or some turnips or potatoes, any meat. I swear, I think that girl just isn't telling us that she doesn't eat meat that doesn't come from insects.
I don't know.
It's a clean protein.
I
I don't know what that means, but people say it.
So they insist. But yes, almost certainly, my mother and I can put a stew that we could make one pot of. It will last us all forever.
Oh, perfect. Sounds great.
Bottomless stew.
Well, I'm here to support. And yes.
You cast identify on it. It's crock of endless stew.
yeah.
Miss Strongheart.
Yes, dear.
What can you say about the Winter's Tooth crew?
The captain is a scoundrel. I say that in the politest way possible.
I see.
His first mate is his girlfriend he just met, and that did not inspire much confidence.
Right.
I don't believe she has been in space very long. Not saying, of course, that she could eventually not be qualified. First mate is not a job you hired sight unseen. The rest of the crew is... they are mostly handpicked by me. I have faith in all of them.
Oh, all right. So it's mainly the captain.
Unfortunately, yes. My charter had such specific and limited time frame that I had to take what I could get, as they say.
Sure. Yeah. It's difficult choosing a captain. We had a bit of a time going through that, I suppose. But yes, okay. So, but I'll trustworthy. I think as far as you can throw him.
Yes. Yes. There is still money at the end of it for him. I think as long as that is being dangled in front of him, he is trustworthy.
Okay, good.
Inevitable third act betrayal.
Right, because we are going to be leaving his side. Okay, that's fine. You must be happy to see your daughter again.
I am quite, and I am kind of looking lovingly at Lily as she chops up a rooted vegetable.
Actually, I'm staring at a top fucking shelf. Corey! Oh, god damn it, she's gone. Why? Why would you put the potatoes up there?
I mean, I can...
Mage Paw. I got them down for you.
Yeah, bless you. Jeez.
Do you gently tap them to the edge?
Yes. I go, shh, exactly. And then heads. No, then I grab.
But no, she says it is wonderful to be reunited with Lillian. Lily. I hope that after all this I can go home, as I fear I have been a terrible disappointment to a great many people.
Oh. I'm sure you're not a disappointment to other people. Are you a disappointment to yourself?
Yes, but I fear it is complicated. It's not that I have failed myself so much as I have failed my essence. I don't know if that distinction makes sense, but it does to me.
Well, you're welcome here. Or as long as you need to be here. As long as we'll have you.
Thank you, Master of Stars.
That would be something, if that were true. But yeah, sure. You're welcome. Can Lily hear us talking? Hester, I mean.
Mum, these potatoes aren't going to boil themselves.
Of course.
It's a very big floor.
Where's Marley? What's Marley doing?
I would be helping out Hester in the kitchen. Chopping and slicing and...
Yes, what does Shadowfell cuisine consist of?
I was kind of wondering that.
Very bland food, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair,
you've
spent quite a bit of time around moon elves. So
That's
certainly
true.
you have a broader horizon than that, at least.
Don't they have like really good cookies and stuff, Moon Elves? That's what I imagine.
Like the mooncakes of...
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Is
I'm
it
thinking.
Vietnam that has
I
mooncakes?
have Vietnamese mooncakes. That's exactly what I had in my mind. Mental high five. Yeah, exactly.
It beats ash fruit and gruel.
Ass fruit or ash fruit?
Ash fruit, yes.
Either option.
It
Yeah,
tastes like real ashes. No, thank you.
It's so dusty. Just like Nutter used to make.
It's not even arguably a source of charcoal for your diet or your system or anything. It's just ash. It's just
Do you like
grit.
some corpse flowers? If you can get past the smell, it's still terrible.
The juicier it is, the more ashy it is in your mouth.
Yeah.
The more it dries it out, really.
It's like
Feel misled.
alum. Sucks all the moisture out of your mouth.
It's not as bad as it smells. It's worse, actually.
It's worse.
Have some blight porridge. Okay. So that, given all of that, what are you preparing? Are you just pitching in, or are you making like a dish from home?
Yeah, I think that I would be just kind of following Hester's lead on it.
So we're having a nice root vegetable stew. It's vegetarian, or is there meat?
I don't see any meat.
Nice.
So no, yes, I think by default it will end up being vegetarian, but should be okay.
I might help out with like some herbs and spice adding in there, because I probably learned some of that from the Moon Elves, I would imagine.
Cool.
Definitely not from home.
No.
No.
Have you heard of these things called herbs? They're wonderful. I just learned about them.
They're from living plants.
It has a flavor. I hate it. Too strong. Is that
I would
salt? No, thank you.
I would imagine Villyana would have a lot of interesting spices in the kitchen, probably too, just laying around. The spice cabinet would be interesting. Cool. Well, I'm here to help, but I guess I'm sort of imagining that the elder Lily and myself are sort of sitting at the table, like chatting, sort of getting out of the way and pitching in. I'll get things for people with Mage Paw, and if maybe Lily wants to play Dragon Chess, I believe that Orpho's board is probably still on the table.
Okay, yeah.
Sort of. So
Yeah, she'll idly play with you as you chat. Yes.
is she good? Is she...
Let me see if I have my stats for her. I'm trying to remember how smart she is.
She's a sorcerer.
Yeah, she's a sorcerer, so she's not as she is probably not as smart as her daughter.
She's a bold, intuitive. Well, if she's a sorcerer, she's probably a strong, intuitive player. Then she just hasn't studied the game. That would be my input on that notion. Because sorcery they just have it. Less a studied player, more of a like move to move.
Yeah, she has a 14 intelligence, so she's pretty smart.
Smarter than me.
Yeah,
I have a 10.
Wisdom to match, and but she's mostly charming.
Right. I have like a proficiency in the game, but not a smart guy. I get also charisma, so I probably put the pieces down with a flourish. But then she's like, whatever.
I'll find her stats. Okay. Dinner is prepared, and you all fly towards Hero Space.
Yes.
Some time passes. You all may I don't think we've had much of a fight recently, but you have a long rest. So, Hester, can I get some dice rolls, please?
You may. For that, just because it's easier, I will actually use physical dice. I've been trying to use the in-app roller a lot more, but in an 11 and a 12, well,
Okay.
decidedly down the middle.
But
might be good for some saves, though, if people have the attendant pluses. So
also attacks for attendant pluses.
yeah, actually, that's true. I think 11 and 12 is
at this
probably
level
quite good.
bonus.
I think at 11 and 12, exactly, that using them to replace attack rolls is a pretty good call.
Yeah. What it won't be very good at is having people fail saves, which is always a very good.
No.
Yeah.
I like giving someone else a bad beat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Although Marley and Storm have higher spell save DCs than you do, so you might be able to
That's true.
slip someone just under.
Yes, yes. That's true. I am behind the curve.
Yes.
Do I really have a higher spell save DC?
Yeah, Hester took 2 feats instead of spell ability increases.
Right.
Yeah.
This whole ridiculous build that I am actually means I don't have to be very good at my job because the universe just makes it work. It is the only downside, really, is that I am behind the curve.
Okay. You all reappear in hero space, and Elvar points the ship toward the moon above the neutral planet. And you all return. You go through the bureaucracy of it again. Is there anything you'd like to try and do while you're here, or just get a gem to go back to the planet?
Because it's probably taken us most of our time, I think we should go direct. We can discuss doing other side trips afterwards, but in order to intercept Eyes of Fire, I think we should go.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we can like put in a request now, and then it's gonna like take a couple days to process, kind of a thing.
Yes, you mean about going to Planet Evil? You mean?
No. Is there a frequent visitors discount for like? Really, I think we had some interest in some of the like the neutral good planet. Let's see. I've got it. What a strange way to present it, Martin. Cumberland, for instance, we could visit just to see what other folks we have. I think we have some chaotic goods, so Woodhaven is available to us.
I'm chaotic neutral, so I can.
Chaotic neutral, so Asylum, if we wish. And you did say that we would be welcome on adjacent planets, right?
Yeah, you can kind of swivel one over.
Okay.
So
yes, we
with the exception of like chaotic neutral can't go to chaotic evil. You can kind of swing the ones kind of right next to it. So chaotic neutral also couldn't go to lawful good if they are the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's my shadow side, is being lawful good.
Your mirror duplicate.
I get struck with pangs of conscience, perhaps. Like, dude.
But yes, let's just arrange travel directly to Geneva. Whether or not the Winter's Tooth, short honey of bees, of course, because she has a vested interest in where we're going. But if the Winter's Tooth would like to apply for any of their visas or what have you, that would be fine. But I think let's get Geneva out of the way, and then we can, provided we survive. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so you all get the crystal back to Geneva, re-enter the atmosphere, and once again you see the beautiful wooded planet with the one tall giant spire, literal giant, capital G, protruding from the planet.
Oh, to that spire?
Yes, indeed. I shall message ahead. Make sure she doesn't have any gentleman dragon callers. But yes, just I'm not spending ascending on it though, so we'd have to be relatively close. Or just gonna be like,
I think you have to be able to see them to message though, don't you?
I think you have to point.
Direction. Hold on.
Once you've established a connection, I think you can.
Let's see.
Get
you point your
away.
finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. Sight is not required.
Oh.
I just have to. I mean, I have to know roughly where they are because it even does say you have to find them. But so I'll just kind of point at her study.
Okay.
It's a good, 120 feet. We've already landed. Still.
2-minute warning.
Yes. Winvania, dear, this is the Hester of Mirador returning. Wondering if we could visit.
Sorry, hold on a second.
I'm getting a busy signal.
Yeah, so am I on the stream, so... The recording will be fine, so that's all. Okay, I just asked Chad. So whatever they say, we'll figure it out. I'm sorry, ask your question again, please.
Just, Winvania dear, it's Hester. Just wondering if we can stop in for a visit.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Bikes on bikes. Okay. Yep. Date didn't go well. Date did not go well. Everyone.
We get some wine and chocolate ready.
All hands on deck. Yes. Let's all get
Okay. To like be inspirational.
I know I joked it was bottomless. It's not actually bottomless, but maybe we can get a little stew going. Just, a sip of stew. Yes, it's all. Bring gifts, and we shan't mention it right away. Let her bring it up. The way that Knifey's been trying to do for the last 2 days, and we've just all stayed steadfast.
Chin up. Just keep calm and carry on, ignoring Knifey.
Yes.
Okay. You all disembark, and you can hear blaring from the tower just sad girl music, like a woman and a single guitar, and just...
Ooh, it's Concrete Blonde. It's Concrete Blonde. It's bad. It's Concrete Blonde.
It's the sad silings of Amy De Silva.
Oh, no. It's just an eponymous LP. But she called it eponymous LP, which I don't think she understood. Okay, well, yep, let's...
Storm's reaction.
Friend? Yes, can I prestidigitate the door open or something? It's very...
Sure,
yes,
yeah.
I can. So yeah, prestidigitate... Winvania, darling!
Yeah, you look in, and there are giant empty ice cream containers. If you look at her, it looks like she's tried to cut her own bangs, and they just look real bad.
Oh. Can she hear us? Is the music really loud?
The music's pretty loud, so it's kind of...
Andrew, shame on you. It's very real. Okay.
She rolled real bad on her date check.
No, I remember.
Has she started self-dyeing her hair yet?
No, but you could see the CVS bag just right over there, and you know. You just know.
Absolutely, Winvania, dear. Very good to see you. We brought some gifts. Just this is a cask of duty-free whiskey, and I've got you just a little sip of stew. Just a
shot of stew.
Just a shot of stew.
We should have made a double batch. Okay.
No need to clean up for us, for sure. Just make ourselves at home.
Sorry about the mess. It's just...
Don't even mention it here. Absolutely not. What does prestidigitation do? Can it fix her bangs?
It can make them look better, maybe.
Yeah, I don't...
For like a minute.
She keeps playing with them like she wants someone to tell her they look okay.
Mm-hmm.
And no, she took a pair of rusty kitchen shears and pop.
Okay, I'm gonna so Winvania, darling, let's help you out. And I'm gonna say please. And I'm gonna sort of mother her basically. And trim her bangs with my sharp knife, my good eye.
Okay.
I'm gonna clean her up, like wipe her cheeks off.
I'll give you guidance.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Feel like you're gonna need it.
I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
It's just a touch up,
honey.
here.
Look, this is life. It's hills and valleys. This may feel like forever right now, and it's good to feel your feelings, but you can't let yourself go. You deserve better. You deserve to treat yourself, stand up for yourself. We're here to help you. So I'm gonna.
Storm. Who's gonna want a retired cloud giant wizard? Nobody.
Prestidigitate some ice cream containers into some bins.
Thank you.
That's good. Yeah, like are all the windows like closed? Is she like?
Oh yeah, it's like a witch's house in here.
Right. Yeah. Let's open up let's get some light. Let's get some air coming through. Let's prestidigitate. We're gonna clean up. That's a good idea. So, clean up your cheeks. I'm gonna all of that. Yeah. Look.
Where did I go wrong?
It's not you. It's not you. It couldn't be you. It's gotta be. What's up with this paramour of yours? What's up with them?
I don't know if it was the whole giant dragon thing or if I just came on too strong. I always come on too strong. Stupid Winvania. Stupid.
Don't say that about yourself.
Don't talk that way about my friend.
See, that's right. That's a good way to look at it. Look, who knows? I mean, not giant dragon thing like, oh, you're not good enough, but maybe it's just dragon has different priorities right now, or generally. And how can you second guess a dragon? I mean, are they known for being predictable or stable?
Neutral dragons play notoriously hard to get, I'm sure. Shrug at someone.
Yes, exactly. Right? Non-committal, always in the middle, always, maybe looking for something else. I mean,
doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
She kind of like, your distraction is working as long as she doesn't think about it too hard. Because you're telling her what she ultimately wants to hear.
Yes, no, I am instantly putting on some, like, Donna Summers or something. Like, let's...
Girl.
I'm going to use Druidcraft to, like, make some flowers appear to kind of, like, lighten up the place a little bit. Also kind of mask the smell.
Right.
I could not ask for better. You came back to me in my hour of need, and for only that reason.
Of course we did, darling. Of course we did. Would you like to meet my mother?
Of course. Kinda. Hester walks in, looks at the giant, looks at Lily, the giant. She's simply a totally unreasonable size.
Oh my lord, it's too big.
Did she say that out loud?
She whispered it.
We're messaging.
You don't think Winvania heard that?
Yeah. How could she? She's way up there.
You guys are terrible.
Just impractical. But yes, Mother. This is Winvania. She's a friend, and she's having a bit of a case of the poor me's, and you have 8 daughters, so maybe bark some magic.
Of course. She does a faux curtsy because she's wearing pants, but she starts to kind of help clean up and starts to roll one of the ice cream containers like a boulder.
Yeah. I'm doing a dish. Moose strikes, very good choice.
It's okay. And she'll start to kind of coo and mother and echo what Storm is saying. And it's always another fish in the sea. It's a psychic dragon god. Am I hearing that part right?
That's my understanding. I haven't met the dragon, but yes. There is a poster, but I don't think we should look at it now.
understand the appeal.
Oh, I get it. I think.
Right?
Just kind of looks at the poster. Yeah, I mean,
Right?
I didn't know you could have abs under scales,
Yes.
but he's got 60 of them. It appears.
He's got a real 60-pack. I don't think he's ever washing that car successfully, but
No.
it's...
He's probably terribly dehydrated. That's how they get these pictures.
Yes. Oh, yes. No, it's tragic.
The cheeseburger seems really like, you know.
Oh, it's so messy. I've never understood it. And it kind of looks at Marley like, keep perfuming, I guess. It smells like boy in here. This isn't good.
Flower.
Yeah, I want to encourage Winvania to just talk it out, get it out of her system. I think shifting the mood, mixing up the music so it's not whatever doom agony music and fresh air, and it's all good.
She'll start to kind of talk through it, but you can't really understand because it's mostly sobs.
Oh no, she's still sobbing. That's cool. So that's good.
But she's
Let her
getting it
talk
out.
it out.
Yeah, getting it out.
It's getting it out. Yeah, and I'm gonna give inspiration to my allies, my friends, because they're all doing such a good job. Because every 6 seconds I'm banging out this inspiration. Guys, we can get through this. I know it's rough. It's giant-sized grief.
Yeah. Putting on some Donna Summers, or if we can't say that on the stream, Diana Winters, what have you? You betcha.
No relation to...
No relation. No. Yeah, let's just brighten the place up a little bit, and
let's have some stew. I mean, have some of the stew.
have a shot of stew, dear.
Oh, it's the first warm thing I've had in weeks. Or days.
Yes.
Days.
Yes, days. Yes. But there you go. It will heat you from the core. Do you like whiskey? I did bring the whiskey. If you don't like whiskey, I will take it back with me.
Yeah, no, she'll pop the top off the keg and just sip it like it's a small glass.
There we go. Warm yourself. There we are.
How many solids have you had in the last 24 hours?
Does ice cream count?
The peanut butter cups in the moose tracks.
Yeah, it's mostly moose tracks, I think.
Oh.
Judging by the bin, it's mostly moose tracks.
A ripple counts as a solid, right? A chocolate ripple.
My sophomore year, I would say it did, yes.
She takes out a giant thing of whipped cream and shakes it and puts it on top of the whiskey.
I'll allow it. Yeah. All right. It disturbs me a bit that you just had that can. Can we put that in a refrigerated place? Now that you've topped off the whiskey, we'll get that. Well, okay.
Hands it down to you.
Okay. Just put it near me. I'll prestidigitate it. All right.
Okay.
But you are indeed looking better.
I'm gonna cast. I would like to cast Lesser Restoration on her to sort of make her, if she's suffering any sort of effects from malnutrition, not taking care of herself.
Enough sobbing, and that's a point of exhaustion, I feel. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Let's see. That's true.
It does. It'll cure disease.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Does it do levels of exhaustion?
I think Greater will do that. I can do that if she's exhausted. Literally, I can do that.
I would not spend that high a spell slot on her.
Well,
One condition affecting it, heartbreak is a condition.
Okay, cool. I love it. I will make testimony to that. I will attest to that.
Yeah, she's paralyzed by sadness.
Yeah. So lesser restoration.
Okay, yeah, she kind of starts to...
Said it work, dear. Said it work.
You all are so kind, and I am but a stranger to you.
Not at all. We had that study party, and
I know, but
all friends,
basically a stranger.
All friends
Say we're at
start
least
as strangers.
acquaintances.
yes.
She says, "What can I do to help?"
You're doing it already, dear. Absolutely. Just be there. Maybe put on something that's not just our house robe, but that is optional. And just tell us a bit about your last couple of days. Have you had any cat-kind callers in and out? I know you tend to be the first thing they see, so everyone lands at your house.
No, not
apologize.
yet. Not yet. No, I've just been mostly in my sweats watching my stories.
Nothing wrong with it, dear. Absolutely.
She pulls the Palantir down from the...
Oh, those stories.
Are these your stories?
What
Yes.
kind of story?
Oh. Just the finest drama. The human condition.
Okay, we spy a bit, do we?
It's no harm.
I'm actually
No harm in it.
no, absolutely not. I think we could all play some cheeky blinders. Do you pick people at random? Do you pick people on the planet? Do you pick people off the planet? Do you pick people back on your original planet? What's your channel, dear?
I do often go back to Toril. So many adventurers. There's always a tragic backstory. It's people.
Oh.
It's you'd think you'd get tired of it, but no.
Orphans left and right.
Orphans, evil twins,
Scheming doubles.
Some people just seem to sometimes get tired and die. I don't quite get it. It's like they just stopped being interested. Retire randomly. It's just interesting. Check on my brother from time to time. He's doing well.
So you stare at him staring out of windows? I don't know him. That's not a fair assessment. Other characters Marty has played are very snarky at this moment, though. Well, fantastic.
I can see anything and whatever you want. All right, what would you be interested in? Maybe I can add it to my list, my to watch list. She flicks out a scroll.
Seen any Tabaxi death cults?
Tabaxi death cult. Underlined. What is that? What's that on?
The Eyes of Fire channel.
AMC. Oh.
Eyes of Fire. I can't say I've met Tabaxi before. They came by, I guess before you came by the first time.
Yeah, you doing any spying on them?
I haven't checked in on them. Would you like me to?
Also, one literally did just do up your fringe, but okay, yes, no, but also yes, good.
Oh, yes. She is interacting with him. That is not the same as asking about her stories. Yes, no.
Good.
She understands that. Wait, what?
No, good.
I thought you meant
it's a spacey family, Andrew. In my defense,
the natives to Chult that were used to be called the Tabaxi in old lore.
Yes. If you don't mind checking, I think we'd all be interested to hear what they're up to. We're a couple episodes behind, if you get us.
Sure, would you like to join me? Or should I just relay it to you?
I kind of message Storm that the primary save is charisma.
Definitely not me.
If
I'm not on this message.
I have a +9 to that.
If you're feeling brave and want to ride along, we'll have you back. I don't think I can inspire you the same way you did me, but
no.
Marley
I can give you some guidance.
Yeah, Marley
That
can
would be
cast
lovely.
guidance.
Okay.
Do you
I'll
have
do
a resistance, Marley?
No.
Okay.
Cool. So guidance gives me what, a
D4.
D4.
And then I'll also give that to... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I'll just give that to Storm.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. I'm down.
Okay. She says, excellent. Sorry. Just stay there. There we go. That's mostly good. Okay. Storm, she gestures to you to put your hand on the Palantir.
Okay, I do.
So make a charisma saving throw.
Yay. 15 plus 1 plus 9, so 25.
Yep. Okay. She also succeeds, so that's good.
Oh, right. I guess if she failed, that would be bad.
It's bad for her more than you all, so that would
Yeah,
be...
it haunts one of her spells
Yep.
forever or something? Yeah, it's...
Yeah, look, a couple of her spells are already haunted.
Yeah, so for sure. She has failed this check before. Today, maybe even.
Okay, let's see.
Glad I rolled 15.
Yes, I had your back. Should it have been needed, but
Thank you. I felt that, apparently.
Okay.
I can choose a different leg in the trousers of time as needed.
Storm,
Mm-hmm.
you touch it and you walk into a clearing where the traveling performing troupe of your childhood is set up, wagons in a circle, a bonfire lit and roaring. You can see folk kind of wandering back and forth, occasionally waving to you as if nothing has changed, or it's not weird that you're an adult or you have a cloud giant with you. And she looks down at you and says, "I'm always curious. What do you see?"
I see my home, my family. I was a child, kid.
Yes.
Do you see?
Similarly, it is often a childhood home. Not always, but it is often that. She says, "I see my brother and sister playing dragon chess just over there, arguing about some arcane component. We are in the courtyard of my father's castle, soaring over the Sword Coast, no doubt. It is not a pleasant place, but that is not why we are here."
Storm, ask her how her father's parties are.
What?
Ask her how her father's parties are.
How are how are your father's parties?
Much better than my brother's.
That's what I wanted.
Glad to hear that. Color me confused. Confuse a cat. Oh god. So do I see my like? Can I clock era? Like how old would it be?
How old? It would be like from... It would probably be from when you were like 2 or 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna look around for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 or 3 my sisters around. Okay.
Mhm.
What do I see?
You see. You find your sister, Song of Songs, chatting with her Warforged companion. They've secreted away behind a caravan, as they often did, and they seem to be enjoying. Or your sister is enjoying a pipe of catnip, and the Warforged Felnar is mockingly like coughing every once in a while. Like whenever she exhales, he's like sort of to make fun of her a little bit. Like, now cool, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay because I'm a robot, I guess. It's not at all rude. This smells.
Yeah.
But she turns to look at you, and when she looks up, her face has been replaced by a sea of green eyeballs. And Felnar, his robot face, has also been replaced with a sea of green eyeballs. And they say in unison, "Storm of stars, welcome. You can see so much here, outside."
Yeah. Yes. Do you see?
Everything.
Do you focus on everything all at
I can. Anything, anywhere, anywhen. It's all just noise. You just have to pick what you want to see. I can see it all in aggregate. It's meaningless that way, though. There's no stakes.
Certainly. Tell me about Isaac.
She points to the large roaring campfire at the center of the camp.
I look.
Looking into it, you see.
Can
Mhm.
I would like to try to cast Detect Thoughts on Storm as he is touching the Palantir.
Interesting. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Right, I can just press a button. Ooh, that looks good. It's a 17.
Okay. There's a lot of noise.
Okay.
Here. But with a 17, you focus, and you're receiving... It's information unlike any you've experienced with Detect Thoughts before, because his physical senses aren't seeing the same thing that his mind's eye sees. So you have to, like, parse through kind of the, which one is truly false. Is it what he can see in this room? Is it what he can see in his mind?
Okay. But a static in snow, I'm not quite getting it clearly. Okay.
And you kind of have to keep almost like switching channels. Just keep focusing. Like, no, stay on target.
Come on, when I touch the antenna, it's clear. When I look up, really? Okay. Nope. Now if I'm touching a window, it's fine. Damn it.
Someone get tinfoil.
Deep cut, Marty. Deep cut.
Thank you. From one old man to another.
Absolutely.
But yeah, not to interrupt. But I figured I wanted to get that in before
course.
you got to the next part.
Okay. So, Storm, through the smoke and the haze, you see the interior of a large Spelljammer ship. And your eyes focus on an individual you have seen once before in dreams. He has black fur. He's wearing ornate robes. But he is kneeling before someone else. Someone dressed very plainly. You would say they are a Sphinx Tabaxi. They have no hair. Whether or not that is natural or shaved is unclear.
Right.
Around his neck, he has like kind of like oversized prayer beads.
The Sphinx or Eyes of Fire?
The Sphinx.
Uh-huh.
And the Sphinx tells the black-furred cat to stand, please. He hates this formality, and then he says, "The Sphinx, the black-furred cat, the black-furred Tabaxi, pardon me, addresses the Sphinx as Eyes of Fire." He tells Eyes of Fire, he says, "We are ready to land within the hour, sir. If Edge of the World and friend or foe have found something interesting on Geneva, if we cannot find the gate to Zyvan, perhaps this will lead us in the right path. The fool of a cloud giant has a seeing stone."
Wow. Okay, great. Yeah. Can I feel Lily's presence?
I think with a 17, yes. I think that is, if it was higher, perhaps not, but you can feel something else encroaching into this dreamscape.
Am I aware that it's...
I think, yes. I think you would be aware that it is your friend.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. I'm just gonna track that information deliberately to her, consciously. Like, I don't want to forget it, like saying it out loud almost to myself.
And
yeah.
The
Go ahead.
black-furred cat is hooded.
Correct.
The Sphinx cat is unshod. Can I see and can I fight through the snow enough to get a face on maybe the true Eyes of Fire there?
Yes.
Or
yes.
the one at least being identified. Okay, good. Yes. That may be important later.
Eyes of Fire says to the black-furred cat, whose name is... Where are my notes? Come on. Crap. Of course, this is about to die. Okay. The black-furred cat is named Peak of the Mountains, aka Eyes of Fire, occasionally.
The mouth of Eyes of...
He says, the true Eyes of Fire says, "The cloud giant is not a fool. She would not be in hero space if she were a true fool. You need to understand that appearances are not everything, my dear brother. You have to open your eyes beyond that. Let go of such base assumptions. It is like you have learned nothing."
What's the vibe of Sphinx Cat? Like stern, neutral master, scheming evil, like
intense one.
Uh-huh.
Like you can feel the intensity and the charisma. Very neutral. Like you are getting like no emotion on their face. Their voice is giving some tone inflections, but it's very neutral.
like a knife, like steel. Like,
yes.
Interesting. Okay. And the vibe of the Blackford cat is more.
The vibe of the Blackford cat is much more scheming. Much more, manipulative,
Tricky. And respectful to Sphinx cat.
Yes, definitely.
And the context of the term brother, does it seem like fraternal or sibling?
It seems more fraternal order than an actual sibling. Yes.
Okay, that was my sense. Okay, great. Cool. And the environment they're in. What is it? Is it like they're having the hologram communication kind of thing, or
they're in a single room together, and it is very, very sparsely furnished, but you can tell it appears to be the interior of a Spelljammer ship. It's not unlike yours.
Right. Oh, so the Sphinx cat is actually aboard the ship.
Yes.
I see. So, cause I had the impression that it was like I was eavesdropping on a conversation, like if it was telephone. You know what I mean? But it's 1 degree less than that. So the Sphinx cat is actually going to also be in our proximity. So the actual Eyes of Fire plus Peak of the Mountains, and Friend of Foe likely, and what was the other one's name?
Edge of the World. They're still here.
Edge of the World, right?
They're still
coming for them.
Yeah. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a whole lot of cat food.
Yes. Not to mention whoever else is on that boat.
Right.
I apparently could not make it a whole stream without my laptop by needing a charger. Okay. It's got my notes on it. It's not terribly important, but it's a lot of names to remember, so it is better for me to have it. Okay. So you were staring at them, and you are much like Hester was. You feel like you are outside of the ship, like looking through like a little porthole, but you can hear and see everything perfectly. You're not physically in the room. You could be if you wanted to, but that's a whole nother process.
It's an issue. Because I feel like there'd be some reciprocity of perception if that were the case. If not literal, a la Hester and the Dragon.
Yes, you would be very exposed.
Yeah, I like this. What is the name of the ship? Is that discernible? Is this with Spelljammers? Is it like, do they write the name on the outside of the ship?
I like to think they do because I think that's fun.
Right.
So, let's see. The name of the ship is the White Pine.
Has that come up before? Sounds kind of.
Don't think so.
Maybe I'm remembering now. And Zyvan, was that name dropped before? I remember we heard them making reference to a gate or some portal or something, but the name Zyvan we haven't heard.
The name
before,
Zyvan is new, yes. And,
okay. And do I have any history checky?
Give me a history check on that.
I would like to kind of mutter that aloud because I'm not as involved.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like to my mother and Marley as well. But can I also get a check on Zyvan?
Everyone
also,
can make a check.
FYI, Lily wants to do the deep dive of detect thoughts, no resistance on the save from me.
Not yet. I want to keep
I'm just saying,
grounded. Yes,
like,
but thank you. Good
that
to know.
that trust is there. I rolled a 19 on my history, so that's 23.
Okay.
And history is
Or Arcana, if that's
the applicable skill. Actually, yeah,
or
my roll's fine.
whichever.
This is
Stealth
Arcana.
would be great, though. So.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
going to sneak up on the facts.
I don't think you can sneak up past these ideas. But a 19 is excellent. Or, I'm sorry, 23 even? You got a great
23
score.
with my bonus, yeah.
Okay. Lily
Better
and
than
Marty.
my 6.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me think what you all...
Which brings it to a 26, by the way.
Would know.
Which I almost feel dreadful
I
about
mean-
because I don't mean to one-up you in this, so this is your scene.
No.
but-
I'm just saying we can have that information.
Yeah.
Like,
There we go. We are feeding
also,
off.
we can discuss it once I pop out of the call. If I
Okay.
survive. I'm also interested in getting a sense of their crew numbers and other folks aboard. If I can.
You can Ebenezer Scrooge your way through the ship, like just kind of flying by and
Well,
calculating.
kind of Doctor Stranging is what I'm.
Okay, yeah,
imagining.
astral projecting.
Astral projection. That's what it feels like.
Okay. So you're charging, right, computer? Yes. Okay. Good.
You don't have to give me strict numbers at this point if you're relying on some device. I just a general sense, like, and if there are any significant individuals that I can be like, oh, that's or that or blah, blah, blah.
The ship is bigger than yours. Let me establish that first. You would say crew numbers between 75 and 100.
Okay.
That's
A lot of Tabaxi, you would say 85 to 90% Tabaxi, but some non-Tabaxi.
Like, what's the demographic on the non?
Very, very hodgepodge. Elves,
So just-
humans, gnomes, like pretty much one of everything from the player's handbook at Volo's Guide.
Great.
Zyvan. When they say Zyvan, it's not something you've ever read about in a book. But with those two checks, what happens is, like, you hear it, and kind of in the background, the voice that talked to you through your sister's face, kind of says, like, yes, Zyvan. And it's almost like it's like you clicked on you opened a new tab on your, and that information kind of just fills into your brain. And Marley, with your natural 20, you absorb it as well. Hester with her natural 20. Marley with your 6, you're like, there's some more moose tracks. I found some.
Flour.
Zyvan, is that an ingredient in this?
Oh, it's a fake sugar? Yeah.
Right.
So they are trying to get a gate to a legendary sphere that has been cut off from all other known spheres. So you can't get there through spelljamming. You have to take this gate, which gates also aren't really supposed to work between spelljamming spheres. They're supposed to work interplanar, and you might be able to go to a different plane and walk out on a different sphere. That's certainly possible, but this seems to be a direct thing. It's like a legendary ancient artifact. They still don't know where it is, but they want to take their crew and go to this sphere to settle it. It's supposed to be an ancient civilization that died, kind of thing.
Wow, that's amazing. Great. And they think that this gate is on Geneva, where we are.
They thought so. It seems like at this point, that the way they're talking about it, they no longer think that. They think it's in hero space, however.
Mm-hmm. But there's something that's relevant to the Zyvan quest here.
Yes.
The impression
They want to take the.
They want to take the Palantir.
The Palantir, and then
right.
use that to find it. Yes.
Okay.
The impression I was getting from Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise, and the other one was that they were kind of just dropping Tabaxi off on every world to see if it was on any of them.
Right.
They were kind of casting a wide net, and those were just the two that were on Geneva. And it seems as if they've heard some report that they found something, but if they found nothing else, then the Palantir, as we keep calling it, sorry, the Friendatir, as we...
Chum.
The non-brand specific.
Yeah, because it can't be. I don't want the Tolkien estate to sue me.
Yes,
The Seeing Stone.
Yes. That'll do, right? Like, that'll kind of be like, well, we might have struck out there, but...
I mean, yeah, it is, and Hester knows, and, you are experiencing the use and power of it, Storm.
Yeah.
It's certainly useful.
Right. So... that means we can also look inside.
You could...
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You are reading my mind, maybe because I am reading yours.
Right. Mental high five again.
Yes.
Can you read my mind?
That's the dumbest scene in a Superman movie.
Just that another check.
If you want to change what you were looking at, it is another check. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna sort of consult if I can with Lily through our Detect Thoughts back channel and just consult on that notion.
I got you.
All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna look around for nostalgia's sake, even though I grok that it isn't real. It's an expression of my memory and my desire is or could be. So I get that, but I still sort of invest in it just to refresh. I'm gonna enjoy the taste of this artificial sweetener while it's here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna shift gears and make a check to look at Ivan.
Okay. So do you want
gate
to look at...
or Zyvan itself? Sorry.
That is my question.
Oh,
Yes.
I think the gate.
The gates?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, give me a charisma check.
Do I still
I'm sorry,
have guidance?
Charisma save.
Do I still have, I forget how it works. Is it just for one check?
It's for one check.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Marley, give me a
Mm-hmm.
wisdom check.
Okay. Ooh. 12.
Okay, sorry. You do not have guidance, Storm.
No problem.
Okay. But it's a charisma save, so you get your plus bajillion too.
Right. Well, I rolled a 10, so that's 19.
You're good.
Awesome.
Yeah, the save is 15. That was established, but on a previous stream. So let me just
Right,
say it again,
Yeah.
so that you know what you're aiming
Right.
for.
I also didn't know if a certain knowledge has tiers of access, like as far as DCs are concerned, and if Zyvan Gate was more gated information.
If you had wanted to look at the realm itself, that might have been more. But this one isn't too hard to check because it is indeed in hero space.
Okay, great.
Staring back in the fire, Storm, you see it glittering. The smoke kind of hits your eyes, and you blink for a moment, and you are staring at a glittering mound of gold pieces. And looking around, you are in a cave.
Dude, it's the same cave.
It's the same fucking cave.
He collects a lot of stuff.
Get a second dragon, Andrew. I'm gonna
Never.
say.
No, this is great.
No, it's fantastic.
Killing multiple stones with the same bird.
So looking around, you can see a small little blood crystal raven skull, kind of glittering just outside your reach. In the distance, you see a large columned building, and kind of up closer, you do indeed see what looks like the corner of a Stonehenge-esque henge, buried in gold, and sleeping curled around that is just this absolutely ancient Ralph Bakshi dragon.
Fuck, dude. So it's curling around the gate itself, like it's like it's a dog bed.
Yeah, kinda. Like it's got like one arm around it. Like it's like that's the thing it sleeps with.
Right. So
it has Princess Daphne and a glass orb next to it. It's got. Did you say it has a building in its hoard?
It does.
It just has a colonnaded building.
Yes. Yeah, if Storm
The
thinks that might be
library,
the
isn't it?
library you're all looking for. Yes.
Oh shoot! Yeah. All right, good.
I love it.
I guess for whatever reason I thought they would be
fucking love
loose
it.
bookshelves, but I guess it took the fucking
No,
building.
he took the library.
It's
Thank you.
It's very, very MCU Hank Pym.
Holy crap!
Stealing the building with his shrinking ray.
This
Or
dragon must
Brainiac-
have so much
Brainiac.
fucking disdain for every dragon that's come after it. It's like, in my day, you stole the library. Who's the voice of Baxi's Smaug?
Who was it?
I'm gonna find out. Don't worry about it. Voice of Baxi.
My people are on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll a history check. If you want. All right, cool. So, is the dragons asleep?
The dragon is asleep currently. It seems to do that a lot.
Hey, I got no complaints there. So I'm going to. So I see the library. I see the Blood Crystal Raven Skull. And a lot of. There's no other sort of obvious item.
Oh, and I think I described it. There's a
Structure.
statue. There's a statue of a lady holding a sword, kind of sticking out of it at some point. Yeah, there's a bunch of other crap. There's a boat. There's a big boat. There's a couple wagons. But it's a lot of loose gold, copper, jewels,
Right.
crowns. Probably
All
like
that.
1d100 magic weapons in here. You know, if you dig far enough, kind of thing.
Okay. Great. Okay, I want to really spend a lot of time studying the cave so I really get a sense of its environs, taking advantage of its everything so that I feel very familiar with it in my mind, and I'm going to sort of almost tediously backchat this information to second it with Hester. Since she also was there, I'd be like, okay, so there was this and da whatever, and then get out of Dodge.
You feel the mental equivalent of my fingers dig into your thigh, as if we were watching the same movie.
Awesome.
And I don't. Oh no! I'm not quite ready for this part. Yes. I'm right there with you.
Right. So I'm just sort of doing all that, and just so I feel like if I am ever physically in this cave, I'm gonna have a solid prior reference as far as what's where generally. You know, unless Dragon gets up and does his aerobics in the morning and everything gets tossed around because of his giant ass, getting fit or whatever. Anyway,
bunch of naked stretching.
Right. I come in. He rearranged everything. Okay. Great. Yeah. So as long as I'm sort of able to sort of reinforce that information, taking advantage of the stealth mode, and then I'll hop back to the fire and check in on Eyeball Sis, I guess.
Okay.
Very Ningalbal of the Seven Eyes.
Perfect. So,
And I will be muttering some of this at least into the room so that Marley and my mother, for instance, can be at least partially up on it.
yeah, your mother seems terribly confused.
Yeah.
And so when Vania is still with me, is she just sort of hanging out with me by the fire?
When
and
Vania
experiencing her own thing? She has her own...
Yes, yeah. So
right?
when you go back to the central kind of the hub dream state, you can see her there. But when you're in these other places, she's not present with you.
Right. That makes sense.
She's looking out a much taller window.
She's probably looking at the dragons. She's looking at her dragon. Both
Ooh, boy,
having
yeah.
dragon peeping going on.
Yeah.
Dragon
day.
Peepers Club. We're going to have t-shirts made, the two of us.
Getting his reps in.
I like my new friend. She's cool. She's dangerous toys, but I feel like I can play with her.
Okay, so
Famous last words.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, you head back to the. You return to the you're returning to the camp, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
just to check in, and
Yep.
I'm gonna be polite. My mom, she's disappeared, but she raised me right. I'm going to say thank you to Eyeball Sis
Yeah,
and
so,
all of that.
so when you return this time, none of the people are present anymore, and it's eerily quiet. Like, there's not even the jungle noise from before. And it's just, there is, kind of standing next to the fire, near Windvania, is a lime green skinned, skinny little, like, rail thin creature with a giant eyeball for a head, and it just kind of blinks at you.
What is your name?
He says, now, Storm. I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm not into sharing my name. It's
Fine. I don't mean any impropriety. Please excuse. I understand. Even as it left my lips, the potential offense. I don't mean to open any lockboxes or presume anything. Relationship. I'm just would like to know how to address you politely.
No offense taken. However you wish.
I will refer to you as the resident.
Perfect. I've been a resident in many places, so it suits me. He looks around and he says, "Did you find what you seek, Storm?"
Question of mine,
Sorry,
I have a question. I have a question in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I say this to the resident. Question in my mind about my mother.
Your mother. It seems a common question.
I will. You will feel both sympathy and a warning.
Yeah,
it's not a stern warning. It's a
can't go home again, right?
You all but hear your Storm.
Yeah,
That's it.
I know. All right.
You've asked the question though. Make the save, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he says, "I can show you whatever you want, Storm."
Well, there you go. You have an extra option.
Can you just let me know if she's alive?
I will send or message or drop past the initial delve to once again tell Storm that I have him.
Okay. Thank you.
He says, "You have been a friend thus far. I hope we can continue our working relationship. Your mother is safe."
Thank you. Perhaps I will ask to see her. Now, I don't. You have awakened my curiosity.
He's an eyeball, so he doesn't have a mouth, but he seems to smile broadly.
He smiles, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's lift at the corner of his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird eye cheek face, right?
And he says, "Curiosity is never a bad thing, Storm. Please come again."
Thank you. I'm gonna bow to you, off my hat, and I'm gonna play a little song, and I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration because I like these guys.
Wow! Thank you. I mean, of course.
Yeah, he's like, what I've been waiting for.
Yes, D6 was the difference between me and world domination.
Exactly. He was 1 point away from being able to, like, the minimum. At minimum, I have achieved my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Be right up my alley. Right. Well, thank you. And I'm gonna turn to Winvania and sort of check in with her.
She seems to be crying, but not. It's not like sobbing like before. It's kind of like stoic crying. She's kind of keeping it together, but there are still tears running down her face.
Right. I'm gonna sit with her until she's ready to go.
10-15 minutes pass, and she opens her eyes. She looks down to you and as gently as possible puts her giant hand toward your shoulder. You know, it's not quite around it, or I mean, it is literally all around it, but it's, you know, that kind of motion. And she says, pardon me. Shall we go, Storm?
Yes, let's.
She kind of looks around and she's like, oh, there's no obvious exit. It's a jungle.
This way.
Yeah. You know it best, yes.
Yeah, and I'll just start to make the way through the jungle and sort of, I guess, out of.
Yeah, she sees a castle, but it's like, for
right.
you, it's like random. Like, I guess we're walking this way.
Right.
And yeah, you two snap back into seeing at the in Winvania's little, or not little, giant study. Oh, pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. My turn. Okay, good. Hester, your mother says, "What was that?"
Well, and to be fair, and I will have faded much earlier than you sitting with Winvania, and I would have made that clear that I'm fading. But yes. Yes, mother. It's a kind of seeing stone that is tied to some dread dimension, and certainly would cost us much if we did not succeed in passing its checks. But
Villyana,
so far so
strong
good.
heart.
It's
You
how
know
I
not
found you.
You know not where the others are. Kind of throws a cloth over it.
All right. I don't. Do you think that's stopping them? All right. Yes, I have been to uni, mother, and
Here we go.
I'm well versed in the dangers of seeing stones, and I am well aware that they're not one way. And this definitely taps into some kind of chaos dimension with eyeball monsters. But it is a useful tool, and I think we'd be fools not to use it. Speak of which, people are coming here to use it.
She says, many have used such a justification for much worse acts. Lily, be careful.
Yes, mother. Yes.
For the record, I'm on your side, Mrs. the Hester man.
Thank you, Marley. There's your incurable honesty once again.
I just wanted it down on the record, since we're counting votes and all here.
The Raven Queen was sort of on my side about it, so
Yeah, I kind of had like a dream that backs me up.
Did you? Good. Great.
Marley knows the name of the eyeball monster the Raven Queen told her.
Yeah, fantastic. Yes, we're all being very careful, but we also have vital information. Unfortunately, all of it points back to the same goddamn dragon terror.
What?
Yes, Ignan's lair is all of it. It's literally all of it.
That old bastard.
That's where our library is. That's where our raging ruby red raven
You're so close.
splash.
Yes, it's a V8 splash.
Yes. And it is where our gate to Zyvan is.
What's a What's the gate to Zyvan?
Well, yes, very strange, and I can't explain it. Like, I was one with Storm, and Storm was.
I think I'm still in it with Winvania, right? Right.
Yeah, Storm was given insight by the resident. It's a name. Anyway, and so, yes, Zyvan is a sphere with no pathways to it. And so, at least, historically, mythologically, legendarily speaking, this gate, this henge, will take you directly to it. It seems quite strange, except the resident, this thing from the far realm, seemed to confirm that.
It's from the far realm, Lily.
I have taken classes, Mother. I am well aware. Would you like me to draw you the outer planes? I could.
Just standing again, once again, on your side. That's
Yes.
a strong card.
I always get Michigan and Minnesota switched. Then.
I want to give you inspiration as a player and a friend.
Thank you. Yes, no, I'm not bragging about it. I'm simply saying that we are.
I didn't think you were bragging about it. I hope you know how dangerous this is.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. I wish that didn't take me 3 tries. Of course I do. There we are. Yes, no. Of course I do.
Does that make it better that she's still gonna do it anyway? Anyway,
Well,
I'm not here. I'm making flowers.
you are right there. And your inability to be duplicitous in any way is actually slightly disturbing, but it is appreciated.
It's refreshing, Marley. Never change.
Great.
You're a mother's best friend.
Yes. 7 sisters, only one of them in the room here, the 8th, and I'm still not her favorite in the room. But, no, yes, yes. But what's important is we have to get the dangerous thing away from here. I'll let Storm come out of it before we really get into the details. I was fuzzy on some of it.
Storm and Winvania snap out of it at this point. She wipes tears from her eyes and stands and chokingly says, "Pardon me," and goes to just kind of goes away.
Okay. As soon as Storm Paul is off of the Seeing Stone, I will hug him terribly.
Oh, I hug you right back, and I start purring.
Yes.
I'm gonna hydrate a little bit, and probably just talk through everything I saw, just to confirm that stuff. I'm gonna mention the point of view of this Blackford Tabaxi towards Vania.
Mother, can you summon orange slices? Is that an ability you had? Was that magic, or was that just a thing? There it is. Yeah, it's amazing.
Orange slices and Capri Suns.
It's amazing. I don't know what class feature it is, but
the snack crap.
yeah, summon snack.
Yes, summon snack. It's not a sorcerer thing. It's a mother thing.
Mm. That's why I don't have it.
The ritual version is reheat pizza rolls.
Yeah, so much
Possessed by Rakshasa.
Yes.
Yeah, so I reinforce all the stuff about the Dragon Horde, about seeing the Blood Crystal Raven Skull there, the library, Henge.
Yes, I keep taking Storm's hand so much so that he will have to disengage if he needs it to illustrate anything.
That's okay. That's alright. It's good.
He
Hi,
does
Purr.
have a mage paw to help.
I do. Yeah, if I need to, if I can draw stuff with whatever. Yeah, and I'm just gonna sort of touch base on the experience probably with Hester, just how weird it was talking to an eyeball man.
Oh yes, and the childhood trappings of it all, and then they're slowly stripped away. I fear if we see a third thing or beyond, I think there'll be even less artifice, and I don't know if it's to make us feel comfortable or if it's costing us something. I don't know.
Well, you mean if we
When I
lose that memory or something? I still recall.
well, when I went, it was my whole family, and I can't recall off the top of my head whether or not it was my mother or one of my sisters was replaced by the eyeball monster. I think it was Chrysanthemum.
It was one of your sisters, yes. It wasn't your mother.
And so they were replaced by the eyeball monster, which when you came back out and I was there, that seemed to be it. But notice that the rest of your village fell away, right? The rest of your people fell away. Yes, by the time I was into it, the rest of my family was gone, and then by the time I'd come back from my second vision, it was just a green body-suited eyebalman just being like, "What's up? Do you want to hang out more?" And no, I think I'm worried about what's beyond that, because I think when you come back, the bonfire's not there. There's no jungle, and you're wherever the eyebalman's from. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I hear you. I mean, I see it as a sort of metaphor for any sort of interaction. Any new person who first encounter you, they show you what you likely think you want to see. Gradually, they start to reveal who they truly are, because they're perhaps unsure of how they'll be received.
Yes, I don't sense any malice from it, but I do sense an alien intent that I don't know we'd be able to discern.
There may be priorities that we can't relate to.
Yes,
agreed.
I'm worried I don't sense malice from it, because it wouldn't consider it malice to peel us all like grapes or something. You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
It's a mercy.
It's the way any animal would treat. It was something it was preying upon to eat. It's not going to think about its feelings or that it's wrong to do it. It's just going to do it.
Right. All right. I also, since they're coming soon, I don't know that we had a direct timetable, but they were coming now-ish.
Yes, and they want this seeing stone. So I'm wondering, how do they know about the stone? Did they use it?
No. And this is as much Marty telling you. The Edge of the World and Friend of Foe had seen it or seen her use it or otherwise.
Okay, right.
They deduced that and reported back, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering if we can do a switcheroo and hide it or something.
It needs to not be here when they get here. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Do we have a bag of holding? Don't I?
You do have a bag of holding.
Because we could put it in there, and it would. I think you could find it if you're looking. It's kind of hidden from divination. Is that how that works?
I am a diviner wizard.
Misremembering it.
Andrew, can I apply some arcana to that?
Hold on, let's check bag of holding.
I have certainly in my dorm room had someone secret my stuff away.
Right. As a prank.
Mm-hmm. Or it might even be something that we're challenged with, of just kind of like, well...
Yeah, certainly. But, like...
Where'd the coin go?
It's hard for me to determine... If there's any sort of nefarious aspect to fire.
While you're looking up whether it can happen, you'd at least agree that Arcana would be the relevant check.
Yes. Yes. So give me an Arcana check, because I think I have my answer.
Yeah. I got a 16, so if you consider it harder than that, then you can just cut it off there.
Okay. So basically when you're putting things in a bag of holding, you're essentially storing them on the astral plane. So so spells like locate object, which care about literal physical distance, wouldn't be able to sense it. It's not on this plane anymore. More powerful magics that might be able to traverse the planes would be able to sense it. They may not know, okay, great, we have to go to the astral plane to get it. Instead of, we can open up your bag of holding, say, I want the non-copyright infringing Palantir, pull it out. It is different token of fate.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't necessarily know that it was in a bag of holding if they were looking for it. They would just be like, oh, it's on the astral plane.
Yes.
Okay.
Which, given the properties of it, it might just do, who knows?
So we might be able to employ that as a strategy to at least hide it and still have it in her possession.
Or yes, or convince Winvania to take it with her and go.
We'll go visit her. Where can she go? This is her house.
But it's always, no one does well on a first date. I've always said, might be speaking from personal experience. So I mean, we could go.
Dating sucks.
To the dragon's house.
Yeah, round 2 days later will go great.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen. I mean, there would be some argument like, yeah, she's hanging out with a dragon. Who's going to mess with her? But I don't know. I mean, I think it's just too soon for her. I don't think she's up to this.
As you all are discussing this, there is a... you all hear the door open, and Warminster peeks his head in and says, yeah, there's a bloody well ship landing. Should I move ours?
You mean to hide it or to make room?
To make room, they're just kind of cut. It's occupied. Occupado.
Winvania is not in the room,
basically.
Sorry. Winvania has kind of walked away. She's technically here. She's just very vacant. And what was your question, Timothy?
Are they parking us in?
It does seem like they're trying to park you in. Yeah, like they're double parking. It's like, that's not cool. Metered parking. It's metered. No, we paid for this one.
Supremacists tend to have entitlement issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
In the bag of holding.
Yeah, pop.
I think we'll have to ask forgiveness, not permission.
Literal mental high five. I was
perfect.
About to say that.
Perfect.
Great. Gonna Herzog this shit. All right.
Yeah.
So throw it in, and now we need maybe a fake. Can we whip up a fake quickly?
Man, my kingdom to be an illusionist for literally 12 seconds.
Right.
I'll look at my mother. Anything with...
she's a chaos sorcerer.
Make something crazy.
Let's see.
I make flowers. Does that help?
Maybe.
No, I can create a non-magical trinket. I knew prestidigitation could do something.
Are there any flowers that create
I have
distinct pseudo Palantir bulbs? Yes.
I haven't messed with my spells in days, but we did spend days of travel. I did learn the fake aura spell, right?
Oh, nice. Nistel's magic aura. You talked about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? I had gotten that from... So, if I could use that, we could fake that something else is magic.
Right.
So...
make a non-magical trinket and then fake like it is magic.
Prestidigitation.
Is there anything in here like any objet d'art or
almost
a big
right?
cantaloupe, anything that we could?
I'm going to turn a moose tracks cotton into.
If it doesn't have to literally have the shape, then yes, do that. That is karma.
Yeah, because your mom has silent image, which is great if they just want to look at it, not take it.
Right. Which I think they've already made clear they want
like
to take it.
Fabricate or yeah, I mean,
Yeah, she doesn't have any of that. She's more of a zappy pow pow lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. I don't know. You want investigation or perception to look around the place and see if I can find anything to be a good substitute?
Almost certainly, yes. Yeah, I won't even make you make a check. There is enough crap around that is either vaguely circular or you find a paperweight on her desk that's like a snow globe or something like that. Like, you could totally find something.
Awesome, great. So here's our.
My passive perception might even be enough.
Here's our fake, right?
As you all are scurrying and you've made like a little pile of suitable fakes, we will end the episode there. Outros and plugs. Timothy, there we go. It's that way on the overlay.
Hi, I'm Timothy. Well, this is a really fun episode. It's good to hop back in. Talking to eyeball men is weird. Side note, I've been crafting a lot of terrain for my home game, which I'm playing remotely, and minis, actually, to some kit bashing, and I'm making this guy. Kind of, right now.
Very
so I
nice.
think that's kind of ironically funny that's happened. It's great to hop back into my cat skin and bond with Villyana. It's good to make friends in space, right?
Yeah.
And that's make friends in space, kids. Wash your hands. Black Lives Matter. Make friends in space.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cece.
CC, aka Soup, aka Soupska on Twitter and Instagram. You can check me out if you like artwork and stuff, because that's what I do. But so wash your hands, Black Lives Matter, and be kind to each other.
And Marty.
Yes. Wonderful, very wonderful. Back to get to the main cast and pursue the story where there's no way to avoid Bakshi Smaug, which hold on, I did. It was Richard Boone was the voice. Who I'll link a video in chat.
Paladin from Have Gun Will Travel.
You are simultaneously the youngest and oldest person I've ever met, Andrew. It's amazing.
Andy's secretly a high elf.
Yeah. No, you snapped onto that far too quickly. Yes. So, thank you very much. Do subscribe to a channel, click a bell, like or dislike. It's all the same. Do all of that. Black lives absolutely matter. Do not let them change the story. Portland is in open revolt. Our cities are being threatened with federal agencies, and it's outright fascism. And oddly, that is having the reverse effect because it's only bringing out the crowd. So let it do that, and don't let them change the story. That's that.
As always, I echo everything that everyone has said. This week, Beyond the Wall is on Sunday, and we have Star Wars Episode 1 on Monday. It's going to be very exciting. Please join us for that. I love all of you, my players. I love all of you in the audience. Be kind to each other. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Don't be racist.